Never give up, never surrender, and always go for the win. Big government is not the solution. It's the problem. Greatness, on the other hand, requires the liberty and the drive to make the most of yourself. Socialism cannot survive when people are free to think for themselves, and America will never be a socialist country. We are not entitled to anything. We must earn what we want in life. Conservatism is not about hating change. It's about preserving what is good and proven. The principles that made America great are timeless. They are not bound by time, culture, or political correctness. Freedom is not free. It must be fought for and defended. America is not perfect, but it is the greatest nation in the history of the world. Progressivism is not about progress. It's about control. Only in America could a president achieve the lowest ever Black and Hispanic unemployment, have Black business startups skyrocket 400%, see wages go up for Black workers, advocate for prison reform, pardon wrongfully convicted people of color, and still be called a racist. Colleges do not educate anymore. Higher education has become a scam. Anything but college. Universities have become islands of totalitarianism. We need to get on the college campuses, to get in the classrooms, and challenge the ideals that are crumbling our democracy. How often do conservatives harass liberals as they try to recruit students to their causes? Not often, if ever. If you think you need the piece of paper and all the debt alongside of it to get the job, so be it. But I believe that there is a massive sea change. Maybe go to a community college or a tech school. Take a gap year. Go find a business owner that is in the profession that you might have an interest in and ask for a job. I visit college campuses so you don't have to. When people stop talking, that's when you get violence. That's when civil war happens, because you start to think the other side is so evil and they lose their humanity. I think that free speech is the last best hope we have in Western society. What we have to get back to is being able to have a reasonable disagreement where violence is not an option. Socialism is the future of America. Equality through wealth redistribution and full government control over the economy will ensure prosperity for all. You should be allowed to say outrageous things. I want to see where I might be wrong, strengthen my arguments, and anybody can say anything to me. We record all of it so that we put it on the internet so people can see these ideas collide. Prove me wrong. I'm trying to be proactive about fostering dialogue between individuals with differing views. There is no separation of church and state. It's a fabrication, it's a fiction, it's not in the Constitution. An open society where we can engage in debates and disagreements publicly, rather than hiding behind bulletproof vests and glass. I think it's worth it to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year, so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights. That is a prudent deal. It is rational. The Second Amendment is outdated. We urgently need strict gun restrictions to protect our schools and cities from violence. The Second Amendment is not about hunting. The Second Amendment is there, God forbid, so that you can defend yourself against a tyrannical government. Having an armed citizenry comes with a price, and that is part of liberty. You will never live in a society when you have an armed citizenry and you won't have a single gun death. That is nonsense. It's drivel. There is no First Amendment without a Second Amendment. Make no mistake. You can't pick and choose your freedoms. If our money and our sporting events and our airplanes have armed guards, why don't our children? How did we stop all the shootings at gun shows? Notice there's not a lot of mass shootings at gun shows because everyone's armed. Gun control, like vaccines and masks, is focused on making people feel safe by taking freedoms away from others. Don't fall for it. The Second Amendment is a God-given right to self-defense for every American. It's non-negotiable. When you have law-abiding citizens with firearms, it deters bad people. It's that simple. I can't stand the word empathy, actually. I think empathy is a made-up, new-age term that it does a lot of damage. If I see a black pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified. Capitalism is not a system that guarantees equal outcomes, but it is a system that guarantees equal opportunity. We made a huge mistake when we passed the Civil Rights Act in the 1960s. The American Democrat Party hates this country. They want to see it collapse. They love it when America becomes less white. America has freedom of religion, of course, but we should be frank. Large, dedicated Islamic areas are a threat to America. The Great Replacement Strategy, which is well underway every single day in our southern border, is a strategy to replace white rural America with something different. We need to have a Nuremberg-style trial for every gender-affirming clinic doctor. Reject feminism. Submit to your husband, Taylor. You're not in charge. Death penalties should be public, should be quick. It should be televised.